Many of you want and claim to want spiritual change, transformation, or the renewing of your own mind so that you can be perfect in the good will of God. And yet, it seems as though that whenever that time comes to change, whenever that time comes to really make a difference in your life, all of a sudden, you want to go back to deep-throating these narratives or ideas or ideologies rather, or anything that regards some kind of religious dogma or just blatant black pill or whatever. And I really don't know what else to tell you other than, have you considered, like, I can only ask a question at this point. Have you considered that maybe you're wrong? Have you considered that? And if you haven't considered that, what do you think that would look like? Do you want to consider that? Because if you don't even want to consider that you're wrong about maybe the facts of the situation or anything of the sorts, what are you doing trying to, like, what are you doing in the, what better thing do you have to do in this life than to not seek the kingdom of God? What better thing do you have to do other than to live in accordance to the wills of the Most High, like the will of the Most High God and His law, statutes, and commandments? What better thing do you really have to do? Apparently, it's just deep-throating these narratives. Apparently, it is just completely disregarding the possibilities of life. I think people are just too neurotic. They're too depressed and anxious to even consider another perspective or even to really understand the gravity of a message. It's like like you could speak the truth to some of these people and they just, and you give them your soul, man. You give them your soul. You give them everything. You give them whatever you can to help them in that moment. And they just, oh, well, that's it. And you're thinking to yourself, what? That's it? No, this is life, man. This is real stuff right here. This is real game. This is real life. And you're just, it's just completely, and I'm not expecting people that disrespecting themselves to understand my message. And I'm not expecting everybody to want to understand my message. I'm not expecting people to agree with me all the time. But holy moly, man, what happened to considering the perspectives of others? I mean, this is so bizarre to me. I see this online a lot with people on other platforms, on other YouTube channels or X accounts or whatever. The kinds of disrespectful people, these people would never say some of the stuff that they say online in person. Like, they would never do that. And I don't know what it is about these keyboard warriors that are just, they're recycling talking points and narratives and they've consumed themselves with the ideology. They've consumed themselves with this lack of yearning for truth. They say they yearn for truth. A lot of them do. I've met many religious people who, I just want to seek the truth. As long as the truth is something that I don't have to work for. Like, that's pretty much what they're saying sometimes. And you're sitting there thinking, like, what the are you talking about, man? And the reason that I'm bringing this up is because I had a situation at the gym this morning. Some dude, he came up to me randomly, and I've talked to him once, like 2 years ago, and we just happened to he was the one that initiated contact with me, asking me questions if I'm a trainer and whatnot. And he did the same thing 2 years ago. And this time, though, we had a different kind of conversation because I don't forget things usually. I don't really forget things. And the reason that I don't forget things is because I want to make sure that I trust myself. I want to make sure that I actually trust who I am. And the only one that I can really trust is God and myself at the end of the day. And it's not to say that I don't give trust to other people. It's just that I know that I have to be able to rely on myself and my competence 100%. And it's so crazy, guys. It's so bizarre to see the level. Like, this guy, he approached me and he seemed chill at first, and then he got pretty religiously dogmatic on me very quickly. And I tried to be kind and considerate and just go back to what I was doing, because I was in between sets. And he kept persisting and he kept pursuing, and he was like trying to force his beliefs on me, and he was trying to put me into a box. You know what happens? Like, you know how that happens, guys? When you're actually following Christ, people want to be able to put you in a box. They're like, well, what are you? What are you? What are you, man? What are you? I need to put you in a box. It's like, stop trying to put me in the fucking box. Excuse my French, but it's so infuriating, because it's like, stop trying to make me smaller than I am. Stop trying to think that you know everything, because you fucking don't. You don't, man. Have you considered that maybe you don't know everything? Have you considered that maybe, just maybe, you're actually in an ideology? Maybe you're in a cult, dude. And who knows? Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But have you considered it? A lot of the time, they don't even want to consider it. Like, they just don't. So anyway, this guy persists. And then, I don't force him. I don't really ask him anything about, like, other than, why he thinks the way that he does. Because I am curious. I'm genuinely curious about why people think the way that they do. And then he tries to ask me about some things, and I say, well, I think this and that, and he gets immediately like, whoa, no, you're wrong. Bro, you just asked me what I think. I'm not saying that, like, you're like something that I'm not labeling you. I'm just saying this is what I think about this thing that you just asked me about. And I told him, I said, look, man, you asked me, what do you want me to say here? And he he just kind of persisted and tried to convince me of certain things about himself that I don't care. When I'm in those situations, I just remain emotionally detached, because I know that this guy just wants to debate. He wants to be right. This is a lot of people's problem out there. They want to be right more than they actually want the truth. They say that they're truth seeking, and yet they just want the truth as long as they think that it's right, in accordance to what they already think they know. And you know what's interesting? I love not knowing things. I know what I have faith in, and I know what I don't have faith in, but I love not knowing things. I love not knowing what exactly is going to happen. I know that I can have faith in Jesus Christ and nothing else. I don't need faith in anything else. I just need faith in him. And no matter what happens, I'm going to be all right. It may not always look pretty, but I'm going to be okay. And my gosh, it's just, why do people make it so freaking, people are so crazy, man. People are so crazy. And I just went back to what I was doing. I told him, I said, look, I'm going to go back to working out now, okay? And he still tried to persist. And I just ignored him, because at that point, I'm just thinking to myself, it's not worth it. You got to pick your battles, okay? You got to pick your battles. You got to know what is what and who's who. And you got to know what's worth fighting for and what's not. Because a lot of the times, these people think that they're serving God while trying to force themselves onto you. It's like, you know what it is? It's like spiritual grape. It really is. It's like spiritual grape and molestation. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And it's like, whoa, hey, I'm just doing my thing here, man. And you came to me, and I'm just standing my ground. It's just so funny. It's just so funny. And just sad at the same time. It's like, you don't need to preach at me. You just need to talk. Do you ever notice that's how Jesus behaved? Okay, he never went around forcing people to believe certain things or to do certain things. What did he do? He didn't, oh, I was going to say something. I'm not going to go there. But he didn't force anybody to do anything. He didn't force anybody to do anything. He just said, this is what it is. If you believe, great. If not, great. But you'll be condemned to hell. And he was very clear, and he was very concise, and he was very just straightforward. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being convicted of certain things, of course, about what you believe and standing up for your beliefs. There's nothing wrong with having a backbone. But that's the thing about having a backbone, is you're just strong in yourself. You're not trying to just take it, or you have to take, like, you have to be what I believe. You have to believe what I believe. Oh my gosh. Dude, it's the same thing with politics, man. Like, so much of politics nowadays, it's like, well, if you're not a liberal, then I can't do, well, if you're not a conservative, well, then, like, you guys are so in the matrix that you don't even freaking see it. You're not renewing your own mind. Okay, I hate to be the one to tell you that, but you're not renewing your own mind. Okay, and I'm just so freaking done. I'm so freaking done with these people. I'm just going to be truthful. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to be cordial, but I'm not putting my emotional energy into these people. And I don't think anybody else should. But this is what we're going to experience on the path. Like, random people are going to come up to us and just like that. That's my imitation of what these people do. It's so freaking true, man. That's all they do. It's so crazy. It's so bizarre. But anyways, guys, I think I said everything I wanted to say. I've got some fire in me. It's like, oh, you want to go? You want to go, Satan? Let's go. Get thee behind me, Satan. Like Jesus says, right? That was after the 40 days and 40 nights too, I believe. Which is very interesting, just thinking about this, right? Like, somebody in the Regal Change Academy community, he said that he bets, like, he would wager that the government shutdown would end after 40 days and 40 nights to mock the biblical teachings of Christ, right? And I was like, man, that's definitely possible. And then guess what happens after 40 days and 40 nights? It's a little weird. It's a little weird, guys. It's a little weird, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we have to really fight for this spiritual stuff, because we have to stand our ground. And I feel like I'm in the spiritual trenches all the time now. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm fine being there. It sucks. I'm not going to say that it's fun. But I don't like going to war. I don't think any sane person actually likes war. I think you got to be capable of war. But nah. Here's what I think, right? I'm very capable of destroying people's egos, but I don't do it because I don't, like, I have compassion for these people, and I don't want to lose that human quality. So sometimes what may seem like cold and detached on my end, or just like annoyed, it's actually just me protecting my peace. I'm not trying to hurt these people or make them feel a certain way. It just is what it is. But anyways, guys, I hope you have a blessed rest of your night. The Regal Change Academy. So the platform that is going on for the Regal Change Academy, we now have the free tier option. Okay, so school, the platform that the Regal Change Academy is on, is now doing like this tier system. And so we have the option for people to join for free, but you won't have access to the calls and you won't have access to the classes if you're just in the free version. You'll just have access to see what's going on, basically. And I think you can comment and stuff on the main community page, but I don't think that that's going to be like the main thing. Like, you're not going to, because there's a standard version, there's the premium, and then there's the VIP. The VIP, you're going to basically get a discount with one-on-one sessions with me, as well as the community itself. So I think the premium version would be ideal for everybody that wants to actually be on the calls, that actually wants to be in the classes and such. Other than that, feel free to join us because, yeah, like we have that free option now, so we're going to utilize it. Other than that, I hope everybody stays blessed. I hope you all stop sucking those spiritual pacifiers and stop deep throating these narratives, man, because it's just, if anything, it's just hard to watch. It's just hard to watch my fellow common men and women do this. So shout out to all the truly righteous people. Stay blessed. Peace. Until next time.